Hello everyone, this is Dragonod and welcome to episode 32 of How to Build Hogwarts in Minecraft. And today we're going to continue building the greenhouses which we started in the previous episode. And I'd like to say right now, I am so sorry for the delay it took in making this episode. I just got really busy with my final exams and I was just unable to find the time to make this episode. However, they are over and they went really well. And so thank you guys so much for sticking with me and being so patient. Anyway, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So last episode, we finished off with the foundations of all the greenhouses. And so quite obviously, there'll be a greenhouse here, here, and finally over there. And so the greenhouses have a very nice repeating design. And so once we've built one, it will be very easy to copy this onto the other foundations. However, first thing I want to do is I actually want to change these foundations by one block because I actually built this greenhouse one block short by accident. Because right now it is 38 blocks long, however it should be 39. And so very easily what we're going to do is just extend this greenhouse by one block by just building 3 more blocks here and removing these blocks along here and then 3 more blocks there. And so that should now be 39 blocks long. And we can repeat the same thing on the other side, just extending it by one more block. And then on the other side, now because these greenhouses are one block closer to this pathway, we're going to also move these greenhouses one block this way. However, these ones are the correct length, so we'll have to move this edge this way and also the final edge over there by one block. And so once again, just 3 blocks here, 1, 2, 3, and then just remove this layer of blocks here, and then the same thing onto the other side, just building along to extend this greenhouse by one block. And then because we've now moved it one block this way, we have to move the end bit one block as well. So just along here, and we can break these 3 blocks on either side, just like this. And then the same thing on this side. There we go. And actually, this is one of the reasons I took so long to make this video is because originally in my original recording, I kind of just went with the flow and discovered there was a mistake halfway through recording, which honestly made the video an entire nightmare to follow. And so I now have actually just re-recorded the video to make it much easier for you guys to follow. Okay, and now with the foundations now correct, we can now begin to fill in the rest of the remaining air gaps with grass blocks. And so basically, we're just going to fill in all the gaps that are not sandstone with grass. So let's go ahead and do that. And so I'm about a third way through filling in all of the grass, and I actually think I should mention that we should now fill in the greenhouses with cobblestone rather than grass because we'll have to do this later anyway, and so we might as well just do it now whilst adding in all of the grass. And so let's go ahead and replace these with cobblestone and let's finish off building the entire area. And there we go, those are the greenhouse floors now filled in. And it looks so cool with the layout on the ground. Okay, and so now we can start work on the greenhouses themselves. And the blocks you'll need are quartz blocks, quartz slabs, quartz stairs, as well as black stained glass, black stained panes, direct walls, and if you want some heavyweight pressure plates, these are just to add some decoration onto the outside. They're not really necessary, and so if you're on survival, I would not really recommend bothering with these. And so to start off, we are going to come to a corner block and build up 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then in the top, we're going to build across with some upside down quartz stairs, just like this. And then build across 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leave a block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then once again cap it off with some upside down quartz stairs. And then in the middle, an upside down quartz stair here, and then a regular quartz stair right there. And this will be our entrance into the greenhouse. And then the same thing on the other side, 1, 2, 3, and then build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the upside down quartz stairs. And then we can build in the windows, so place in some black stained glass into these gaps right here, to build in the windows. Just like that. And then we can start work on the roof section. And so place in a slab here, a slab here, a slab here, and then a slab here, and then a block right there with an upside down quartz there, just there. And if you do want to add in the extra decorations, you can add in a weighted pressure plate on this block right here. Honestly, it's not really necessary, but you can do so if you wish. And then place in a block here, and then a slab on top, and then 2 black stained glass blocks right here, and then an additional block here with a slab on top. Continue around with a glass block here, and then another quartz block with a slab on top, and then another glass block, and then a quartz block with a slab on top, and then a glass block, and then a quartz block with a slab on top, and then another 2 glass blocks here, and then a quartz block with a slab on top. And then once again, we can build in the same decoration piece here with a block, a stair, and then a pressure plate on top. Of course, this should be complete symmetrical on both sides with this as the center line. And then the next layer, build in a block here with a slab on top, a black stained glass block, and then a quartz block with, you guessed it, a slab on top. And then come across 3 blocks with glass blocks, and then once again a quartz block, a slab, and then a glass block, and then a quartz block with, once again, a slab on top. And with that done, we can now build in a ring of quartz blocks around here, just like this, and then a direct wall here, a direct wall here, and then upside down stair blocks in between, just like this, and then with a ring of quartz blocks on top just to cap it off, and then with a slab right there. And there we go, that is the end portion of the greenhouse now complete. And with that now done, we can now go ahead and copy this onto all of the end sections of all of the greenhouses. However, there's one thing that you should double check before building in all of the end sections, and that is to check if the greenhouses are the correct length for the repeating pattern to go along. And so to check that, come to the other end and build in a similar setting over here. So just 1 block and then 3 blocks there, and that's going to be the other end section on the other end. And then we'll come across 5 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then build another block here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, block there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a block there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a block there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so if that fits in perfectly, then your greenhouse will perfectly repeat down the entire length of the greenhouse, and that should be the case for all of these greenhouses that I have built with my lengths. And so we can double check. 1 with 3 blocks there for the end bit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a block, and then 1, 2, 3, and then the end block there. So these greenhouses are the correct length for the repeating pattern. If your greenhouses do not perfectly fit this, it is not the end of the world. You can always just readjust the lengths of your greenhouses so it fits into this pattern. So do not worry too much. However, you should be fine if you have followed the same length as I have. And that is why we changed the length of this greenhouse over here, because originally it was 1 block too short, and that is why it did not originally fit into this repeating pattern. And so once you have checked that your greenhouses fit into this pattern or adjusted them accordingly, you can then begin building this same patterned area onto the start and finish of all of your greenhouses. And so you can scroll back in the video to rebuild this design onto the ends of all of your greenhouses. And so there we go, those are the greenhouse ends now all finished. And with that done, we can now begin the repeating sections that are in the middle of all the areas. And so to build the repeating pattern, what we're going to do is come across 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then build up a pillar of 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a center pillar in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then once again to cap it off with some upside down quartz stairs. And then a block here with a upside down quartz stair, and then if you want the additional heavyweight pressure plate, and then a block, a slab, a block, a slab, and then a line of blocks coming along just here. Of course, this area is identical to this area right here. And then we're just going to fill in the gaps with a line of black stained glass, just like this. And then fill in these gaps here with the black stained glass panes to fill in the windows. And then very simply at the top, we're going to continue our pattern of direct walls and alternating that with some upside down quartz stairs. And then fill in the quartz stairs on top. and then the line of slabs going along the middle. And of course, this is completely symmetrical to the other side. And so let's go ahead and repeat the same thing onto this side as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Build up 5 blocks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a 4-block pillar in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. The upside down quartz stairs. And then with the black stained glass to fill in the windows. And then from there, we can repeat this pattern along here. So a block, a stair, a heavyweight pressure plate, and then a block, a slab, a block, a slab, and then a line of blocks along here. And then fill in this area with your black stained glass, and then we can finish off the repeating pattern at the top, just like this. And there we have it. That is the main repeating pattern of the greenhouse. And so from there, you can basically just repeat this all the way along until it fills in all of your greenhouses, whether this is with clone commands or with world edit. Or if you're on survival, a lot of by hand building. Honestly, the greenhouses are one of the most repetitive things to build in the tutorial. Actually thinking about it now, the grand staircase roof, gosh, that was repetitive, especially repeating that onto all 4 sides. My gosh, that took forever. Anyway, so go ahead and repeat this pattern all the way down for all of your greenhouses. And there we have it. Those are the greenhouses now complete. And that was a lot of repetitive building, and so a like would be hugely appreciated. And if not already subscribed, a subscribe to the channel would be wonderful. Thank you so much. And so we're now going to return to my original recording, which I recorded way back when. As I mentioned at the start of the video, this is the second time I recorded this tutorial. And because I made no mistakes with the greenhouse dome, I'm going to return to my original recording. Bear in mind that in that original recording, this greenhouse is in a slightly different position, and so just keep that in mind, and don't worry if it looks a little bit different in this next recording. The greenhouse dome and the walls should all fit perfectly in this design right here, so don't worry at all about that. And so without further ado, let's get straight into building the greenhouse dome and the surrounding walls. And so the wall is very simple. All we need to do is just build up 5 more blocks along this outline. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just build this up around the entire area. And so this walls go on just like this on top of our original foundations. And then finally what we can do is work on the greenhouse dome itself. And so the first thing we need to do is build up 5 more blocks on this layout right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and repeat that around the entire dome. And then what we're going to do is just place in a rim of sandstone slabs going all the way around the greenhouse dome along the top of where the line of the wall is. And then we'll go around just like this. And just like in previous tutorials, when regarding domes or roofs, I've always put a quarter of it, and then you guys can go ahead and repeat the same thing around onto all 4 sides. And so for the dome, what we're going to do is place in a line of quartz slabs along the rim, just like this, going all the way along. And then on the top, place in a rim of upside down stairs that go all the way around this area, just like this. And those go around just like that. And then just fill in these blocks here with quartz blocks. And then using a quartz pillar, put up 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And in the gaps, place in some black stained glass. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And then around the edge, place another rim of quartz slabs, just like this. And then place in 2 blocks here, and then 2 blocks here, and then using some green stained glass, put up 2 blocks on top of all the blocks we previously placed, just like this. And then placing a block here, and a block there, a block here, and then a block here, and then once again green stained glass here, and then in a diagonal fashion in between these blocks here, and then once again right there. And then a block here, and then a block right there, and then glass, and then glass, 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 and glass, and then a final block here, a final block here, and then 2 glass blocks here, and then 2 glass blocks right there, and then a final glass block right here, and then a slab, and then build in an L shape to connect these 2 areas right here, and then fill in the remaining area with your green stained glass. And then placing a slab right here, and then a quartz stair, and then an upside down quartz there on the top, and then a diorite wall, and then a quartz there, a slab, and then a further diorite wall. And there we go, that is 1/4 of the dome now done, and then all we need to do now is just rotate this onto the other 3 sides. And so that is greenhouse dome now done, and that means we have now built the greenhouse section of Hogwarts. It was a lot of counting, but once again, do not worry if your greenhouses are not the exact same length as mine. You can just adjust the repeating pattern so that they fit into your dimensions. And so that is the end of today's tutorial. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and if you do get stuck at any point, you can ask for help in my Discord server. The link is in the description. And so that is all from me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. And so I'll see you guys all then. See ya!